So, my dear friends, so if you see in last session, we have completed central tendency and dispersion, right? Now, in this session, what we'll do one of the most important topic, that is index numbers. Most important and most simplest topic in entire statistics, that is index numbers. And what is the weightage of this? The weightage of this is somewhere around 5 marks. Okay. So this topic has a weightage of 5 marks, and very simple topic. Before examination, hardly it takes 15 to 20 minutes for you for the revision. Okay. It doesn't take more than that. So make sure that the focus will be on this topic. Okay. And coming to index numbers, if you see the summary, 1, 2, 3, 4, only 4 pages you are having. Okay. So it takes only 15 minutes for you to revise before the examination. So just sit with this 15 minutes before and you are done with index numbers. Okay. Now, my dear friends, let us proceed further with respect to index numbers. Now, first, what is this index numbers? So basically, if you see in the new textbook, there is some additional information with respect to index numbers, what he has given. Okay. Now, index numbers, my dear friends, these are those numbers which tells you regarding price changes. Like say, for example, government says index number for prices is 157. What do you mean by index number for prices is 157? It simply says when compared to base period, the prices have increased by 57%. Okay. If you see in our country, my dear friends, we take 2000, year 2000 as base period. Okay. We take year 2000 and base as base period, and we'll develop index numbers. It will be price index numbers or any index numbers. Predominantly earlier 1980 was base year. Now 2000 is a base year. Base year is the year which is used for comparison. Right now, if you see, let me tell you what is the current index number. Current index number, let us see. Current price index number. Consumer price index number again. Let's see, current price index number. It is no, it's 2021, it is 301. Now it is 348. Okay. Right now, our government has issued an index number as 348. Now, what does this mean? If in year 2000, if the price of a commodity is 100 rupees, right now the price of the same commodity is 248 rupees. Or else I'll say the price has increased by 248%. Sorry, right now the price is 348 rupees. That's how, my dear friends, we go ahead and we interpret index numbers. Okay. And if you see this index numbers, especially they are used in stock market. When you go to CA Inter and CA Final, in many places we use index numbers actually. That's the reason it is given in the syllabus. So what does index numbers tell you? They just tell you the changes in prices, changes in quantity, changes in value over a period of time. That's what is said by index numbers. Okay. It tells you whether there is a rise in price or fall in price. Now, when compared to what it tells, when compared to base period, it tells. When compared to base period, did the price increase or not? Did the quantity production increased or not? Quantity consumption increased or not? Did the value increased or not? These are the 3 things which are said by index numbers, my dear friends. That's the reason this has been given in the syllabus, so that you will not face any issue in your intern and final. Now, let's see. Definition. It is a ratio of 2 or more time periods, one of which is base time period, and the value of base period serves as standard point of comparison. He is telling a ratio of 2 or more time periods. What are those 2 or more time periods? One is base period, one is current period. One is base period and one is current period. Okay. Next, the value of base period serves as standard point of comparison. This base period, you will take it as standard point of comparison. Like in our case, in our country, base period is year 2000. So year 2000 is a standard point of comparison. With respect to year 2000, the price increase or decrease. That's what we'll tell. Okay. Now, my dear friends, index numbers are specialized type of averages. I said you central tendency, we have three types of averages. Okay, so this index number doesn't fall in any of those averages. That's the reason it's a special type of average. Now, how will you calculate the index number? Index number will be current year divided by base year into 100. Like say for example, I'm saying price of wheat. Okay. In base year, let us take base year as 2010. In 2010, price of wheat, let us take somewhere around 55 rupees per kg. Now, in the current year, let us take current year as 2024. In the current year, the price of wheat is somewhere around, let us take 90 rupees per kg. Okay. Now I'm telling what is the index number. Index number will be current year divided by base year into 100. 90 divided by 55 into 100. So let's check what is 90 by 55 into 100. 90 divided by 55 into 100. So it is 163.63. Don't keep any percentage symbol after this. My dear friends, index numbers don't have any units. They are pure numbers there. Okay. So simply you'll write 163.63. Can anybody tell me? Gita, Vaishnavi, Yogita, can you tell me? Index numbers, I said it is not having any units, right? Just a number. Can you tell me is absolute measure or relative measure? If it is relative measure, type R. If it is absolute measure, you can type A. Yesterday only, I guess we covered. Not yesterday, for yesterday, I guess we have covered. Geeta, Vaishnavi, both of you are wrong. It's a relative measure. Relative measure doesn't have any units. Absolute measure has units. Let's see. Both of you said absolute measure. Student, revise. Where is that dispersion? Revision is must for you. Because we are covering in short time relative measure, percentage, number, or degree. Dispersion is calculated in terms of units. To calculate in terms of units, it is absolute. In index numbers, there are no units. Percentage, number, or degree. So it's a relative measure. Be careful. Okay. So you will just write it as 163.63. You will not express any units. Okay. I hope the concept is clear. Next step. Now, can you anybody tell me what is percentage change here? How will you calculate the percentage change? Change divided by base into 100. Now 55 has become 90. What is the change? 90 minus 55. 35 divided by 55 into 100. So 35 divided by 55 into 100. So it is 63.63%. Okay. So I hope the point is clear, my dear friends. When I am telling price of wheat, in base year it is 55. In current year it is 90 rupees. How did you calculate index number? Index number was current year by base year into 100. So 90 by 55 into 100. What is the percentage change? Change divided by base into 100. 35 by 55 into 100. It is 63.363. Can you see there is a relationship between index numbers and percentage? Index number and percentage. For index number, can I say, if you subtract 100, you will get percentage. Or for percentage, if you add 100, you will get index number. Okay, so I hope the point is clear. Now, let's come back to our notes. So how will you calculate? Current year divided by base year. So index number is a unit-free measure. Since index number is a unit-free measure, so what it is? It is a relative measure. Now, what do you mean by current year? Current year is a year which is prevailing right now. If you see in my question, it is 2024. What is base year? year which is used for comparison. Okay, like in our country, we take 2000 as base year. Earlier it was 1980, now it is 2000. I said you it should be normal year and free from abnormalities. Base year will be normal year and it will be free from abnormalities. Can you take 2020 as base year? Unfortunately, you can't take 2020 as base year. Why you can't take 2020 as base year? Because there is COVID in 2020. There is virus in 2020. So you can't take 2020 as base year. Okay. Now, it should have relative stability. There should be some stability for that. Next, I said you like percentages start from number 1. In the same way, index number starts from 100. Now, to average index numbers, we use geometric mean. Why we use geometric mean? I'll tell you later on. Okay. Next. Difference between index number and percentage. What's the difference between index number and percentage? I already said you. For index number, you will subtract 100, you will get percentage. For percentage, if you add 100, you will get index number. My dear friends, it is very important. In your ICM material, you are having somewhere 15 questions based on only this concept, difference between index number and percentage. I don't know why that fellow likes this concept very much. Only between index and only difference between these two, he gave 15 questions. Now, sometimes in the question, times will be given. How will you convert times into percentage? Times into percentage will be times into 100. If you do, you will get percentage. Say, for example, I'm telling price increased by 1.5 times. Can you tell me what is index number? 3 of you, please try what is index number. Price is increased by 1.5 times. What will be the index number? Think and tell. Simple. Okay, Vaishnavi, still? Yet I'll come there and I'll hit you now. Perfect, Vaishnavi, you have given a correct answer. You can also answer, Yogita. Index numbers is 250. How did you get? Times are given in the question, right? If you do times into 100, you will get percentage. 1.5 into 100. 1.5 into 100 is 150 percentage. I am asking index number. Percentage plus 100 will be index number. Okay. So I hope the point is clear. Now tell me. Price decreased. Not decreased. Let us take increased only. Price increased by 2.25 times. Can you tell me what is the index number? Price increased by 2.25 times. What is the index number? I don't want wrong answer. I want correct answer. Perfect. Perfect, Geeta. Perfect question. So price increased by 2.25 times. So percentage will be 2.25 into 100, which is 225. Index number will be 225 plus 100, which is equals to 325. Okay. So index number is 325. So I hope that's clear, everybody. So all these points are clear, right? Now, let's proceed further. How many types of index numbers we have? As I said you already, index numbers, my dear friends, we'll calculate from 3 perspectives. we'll calculate from price, we'll calculate from quantity, and we'll calculate from value. Okay. Coming to price. Price index numbers, how will you calculate? You will calculate using change in prices. Okay. Price index numbers is calculated for change in prices. Next, quantity index numbers. Quantity index numbers is calculated in change in quantity. Okay. To calculate change in price, we call it as price index number. To calculate change in quantity, we call it as quantity index number. Now, value index number. Value index number will be change in price and change in quantity. Okay. That is price index numbers into quantity index numbers. If you do, you will get value index number. Now, my dear friends, as I said you already, price index numbers, quantity index numbers, and value index numbers, if you want to calculate, you require two periods, right? One is current period and one is base period. These are the two things what you require, current period and base period. How is current period represented? Current period is represented by either number 1 or it is represented by either number n. Base period is represented by either 0 or base period is represented by either n minus 1. Okay. If I am telling P0 or I am telling Pn minus 1, what do you mean? It refers to rise in base year. If I am telling P1 or if I am telling Pn, it refers to price in current year. If I am telling Q1 or Q0, it refers to quantity in current year. Now, if I am telling Q0, sorry, Qn, I'm sorry, it's Qn, not Q0. If I am telling Q1 or Qn, it refers to quantity in current period. If I tell Q0 or if I tell Qn minus 1, it represents quantity in base period. So I hope all these points are clear. Now, let's start with price index numbers. First, we'll complete price index numbers, sums on price index numbers, then quantity index numbers, then value index numbers, respective sums on that. After that, we'll see which index number is a best index number. After that, we'll see which index number is a best index number. Then there are two additional concepts what we have to do. So after that, we'll be done with the concept. Okay. Now, before going to the next concept, let me tell you, I already said you are having an examination on this Sunday. I hope you people remember. So, Yogita, please note you have an exam on Sunday. Exam on Sunday is on 3 topics. Okay. Central tendency and dispersion. Yogita, if you haven't completed, please complete it by Saturday. Okay. Central tendency and dispersion. Next, index numbers. And next, introduction to statistics. 24 marks weightage. That would be the exam. Okay. I'll give you 60 questions. Now, before this, exam will be in Sunday evening. I'll send you the question paper. You can answer it from your end. Before this, Sunday morning, you will have all the 3 must attend the Sunday morning session. Sunday morning, you will have Viva. Okay. What is this Viva? On these 3 chapters, I'll ask you questions. All the 3 will be there in the group, in the chat itself. Questions will be for 60 minutes. I can ask anything from these 3 chapters. Okay. 60 minutes. Morning, we will decide time. Together, we'll think and decide what will be the time. So, sit any place in your home. I'll ask questions. You have to answer. Gita, you have to unmute and you have to tell. Video must be on also at that time. For all the 3 of you, video must be on and you have to unmute. It's okay. I might give you, if you are in any random bus or somewhere, I might give you video off option, but you have to unmute and you have to tell. Okay. Each student, I'll ask 20 minutes, 20, 60 minutes. Will be done with the Viva. Let's see. How will you do with the Viva? Punishment, I'll tell at the time. What if you haven't answered for this? So Geeta, Vaishnav and Yogita, be ready for this. Because evening, if I conduct the exam, and what if you copy and write the exam? Okay. So this is in addition to the exam. This is evening exam, this is morning exam. And class will also be there on Sunday. Don't worry about that. Class is also there. There is nothing related to that class will not be there. Sure. Now let's continue. Price index numbers. Because this attempt is the last attempt. September examination is the last examination for us. QA should not bother us. Again, after this, then we have to go to CA inter only. Okay. No point in writing foundation again and again and again. This attempt is the last attempt. Abki baar, aakhri baar. Now, price index, my dear friends. You will have total two types of price index numbers. First one is simple or unweighted price index numbers. In this simple or unweighted price index numbers, we will consider only price. Okay. Let's come to the simple or unweighted price index numbers. Simple or unweighted price index numbers. In simple or unweighted price index numbers, again, we have two types of price index numbers. Simple aggregate price index number. Next, simple average of price relatives. These are the two types of simple or unweighted price index numbers what we have. Now, what is the simple aggregate price index number? Simple aggregate price index number means simple. Aggregate, what do you mean by aggregate? Aggregate means total. Okay. If you do sum of current year price divided by sum of base year price into 100, you will get simple aggregate price index number. That is that simple. Like say for example, I'm telling I'm having three commodities A, B, C. Current year price is given, base year price is given. Okay. Current year price is given as 50, 60, and 70. Base year price is given as 40, 70, and 30. Now, sum of current year price. What is sum of current year price? Let's do 50 plus 60 plus 70, 50 plus 60 plus 70, 180. Sum of base year price, 40 plus 70 plus 30, 140. So 180 whole divided by 140 into 100. So how much will get? 180 divided by 140 into 100. 128.57. So what is the index number, my dear friends here? Sum of current year price divided by sum of base year price into 100. 128.57. So it is simple formula. There's nothing much special here. Some people, if you see here, simple aggregate price index number. What is the formula? Sum of current year price by sum of base year price into 100, or summation of P1 there, summation of P0 into 100. Next. Let's go to simple average of price relatives. Now, how many types of averages you have? Three types of averages: arithmetic mean, geometric mean, and harmonic mean. But here we don't use harmonic mean. I said you only in central tendency chapter we'll be using harmonic mean. Nowhere you'll use harmonic mean. So average of price relatives can be calculated in two ways. Either you can calculate using arithmetic mean, or either you can calculate using geometric mean. Now, simple average, two ways you can calculate AM or GM. Now, what do you mean by price relatives? Relatives means, always remember in statistics, relatives means ratio. Okay, ratio is also called as relative in statistics. Now, relatives of price. Price relatives refers to current year price by base year price. Or it's also written as P1 divided by P0. If you do current year price by base year price, or if you do P1 divided by P0, that is called as relative. This relatives, what are there? You can calculate average either using arithmetic mean or either using geometry. Let me give you an example. Now, simple average of price relatives using arithmetic mean. How will you do arithmetic mean? Sum of observations by number of observations. So here it will be sum of price relatives divided by number of price relatives into 100. In case of geometric mean, n under root price relatives into 100. N under root price relatives into 100. In case of arithmetic means sum of price relatives by number of price relatives. In case of geometric mean n under root price relatives into 100. Let us go to an example. Let us understand it with the help of an example. Example. I'm telling you I'm having 4 products. Wheat, milk, fish, sugar. Base price is given, current price is given. Base price is given as 5, 8, 25, 6. Current price is given as 7, 10, 32, and 12. Okay. I need to calculate index number. How will I calculate? He's asking you to calculate using simple average of price relatives. Simple average of price relatives using arithmetic mean. Question will tell you, don't worry. Now, how will you calculate price relatives, my dear friends? Price relatives will be current year price by base year price. 7 divided by 5, 1.4. 10 divided by 8. You can use m plus m minus MRC also. 32 by 25. 12 by 6. What's the total? 1.4 plus 1.25 plus 1.28 plus 2. 5.93. So simple average of price relatives, sum of price relatives by number of price relatives into 100. 5.93 whole divided by 4 into 100. How much you will get? 5.93 by 4 into 100. Let's check. Simple, sir. 148.25. So I hope it's clear how to calculate using simple average of price relatives. Simple average of price relatives will be current year price. First price relatives you calculate. How will you calculate? Current year divided by base year. You will get that price relatives. Then sum of price relatives divided by number of price relatives into 100. Fine, sir. There is no issue with respect to this. Next example. I am having 2 products A and B. Base year is given as 25 and 30. Current year prices is given as 55 and 45. Okay. Is again asking you to calculate simple average of price relatives using geometry. How will we calculate? Simple. N under root product of price relatives into 100. So first calculate price relative. Current year by base year. 55 by 25. 2.2. Next, 45 divided by 30. 1.5. So 2 under root 2.2 into 1.5 into 100. What is 2.2 into 1.5? 2.2 into 1.5 is 3.3. Under root is 1.81 into 100. 181.6590. So this is how you will calculate simple average of price relatives using geometry. So I hope, my dear friends, simple or unweighted method is clear. Okay. So simple or unweighted method. Only prices considered. Simple aggregate price index numbers we have done. Simple average of price relatives also we have done. We have done using arithmetic mean, using geometric mean. Using geometric mean, you are having 2 formulas, first formula and second formula. On second formula, you will not have any questions. Okay. Only you need to remember that. Now, price relative also I said you, it's a ratio. Relative and ratio both are same in statistics. Next, either you do P1 by P0 or you do current year price by base year price. Now, let's proceed. Let us understand weighted price index numbers. Simple price index numbers we understood. Now, let us go ahead and understand weighted price index number. Now, question comes, sir, why the hell should we study weighted price index numbers? See, in weighted price index numbers, what happens? In simple price index numbers, we have taken only price into consideration, right? In weighted price index numbers, we'll take price and quantity both into consideration. Like say for example, I'm telling my dear friends, I'm telling there is a rise in price of Oreo biscuits. Or say for example, Maggie only. Earlier it was 10 rupees. It became 12 rupees. Later it became 14 rupees. Did you see any debate in TV that there's a rise of price in Maggie? Where sir, nobody cares about us because we know only to make Maggie. They are going on raising its price, but nobody are caring about it. Yeah, it is something where you now if you also became 14 rupees. But I purchased, if it is 14 rupees, Maggie is also 14 rupees. You see, you understand this in economics. Okay, there are only few sellers. Oligopoly. Okay, this is oligopoly here. Once a person rises, other people will also rise the price. Okay, that is actually, I guess, call it as something in economics. I don't remember that. So basically, here what happened? When there is a rise in price of Maggie and Yippee, nobody complained. But whenever there is a price in price, there is a rise in price of petrol or gas or oil, there will be too much debate on this. Okay. So what's happening here? Why these things are happening? Maggie and Yippee, these are not necessities. But petrol, oil, gas, all these are necessities. Why you call them as necessities? Because you consume them in very large quantity. That's the reason you call them as necessities. Right? See, your quantity is involved, my dear friends. Okay, that's the reason reading price index numbers along with prices of no use. That's the reason we have to study something called as price with quantity. Sir, you have price and quantity, find weighted price index numbers. Then why the hell is this quantity index numbers created? My dear friends, quantity index numbers, the bookish concept. Nobody uses in real life. What people use only is weighted price index numbers. You see any index number which is calculated in the world, they calculate only using weighted index numbers. Quantity index numbers, value index numbers, both are bookish concepts itself. You will not see in real life. No. Weighted price index numbers. Weighted price index numbers means price and quantity together they are considered. That is called as weighted price index numbers. Like simple price index numbers, we have two types. Simple aggregate and simple average. Now, weighted price index numbers also, we have two types. Weighted aggregate, weighted average. Now, what is simple aggregate price index number? Simple aggregate price index number. What was the formula? Summation of P1 whole divided by summation of P0 into 100, right? This is the formula for simple aggregate price index number. In weighted aggregate price index number, here you will attach something called as weights. Okay. So this would be your simple aggregate, weighted aggregate price index number. This is simple aggregate price index number. You attach weights, it is called as weighted aggregate price index number. Now, I said you weights are quantities, but question comes, what quantity I should assign? Should I assign current year quantity or should I assign base year quantity? What I have to assign? My dear friends, in this case, there are several statisticians who have given their own opinion. Lasperi says that you will assign base year quantity. So Lasperi formula is summation of P1 by P0 into Q0 by Q0. Paschi says you will assign current year quantity, Q1 by Q0. So Lasperi and Paschi started fighting. Lasperi is saying base year. Paschi is selling current year. So these both started fighting. So in between, Dorbish-Bowley came. Dorbish-Bowley came and said, please don't fight. I'll do average of Lasperi and Paschi. L plus P by 2. I'll get index. I'll use arithmetic mean of Lasperi and Paschi. Arithmetic mean of Lasperi and Paschi. Now, when one person said arithmetic mean, obviously someone will come and say geometric mean. So Fisher says geometric mean of Lasperi and Paschi. Thank God nobody came and said I'll do harmonic mean of Lasperi and Paschi. This is good idea. You can tell. Like for this, we can give Geeta index numbers. Geeta will come in future. She'll write a book on statistics and she'll tell, I'll use geometric mean of Lasperi and Paschi. Might be near after 10 years. In book Geeta index number, geometric mean of, harmonic mean of Lasperi and Paschi can come. That's a good idea actually. You can try it. Now, let us see. So weighted price index numbers. If you see how many weighted price index numbers we learned, Lasperi, Paschi, Torbis-Bowley, Fishers. We are studying weighted aggregate price index. How did weighted aggregate price index numbers came? They came from simple aggregate price index. What is simple aggregate price index number? Summation of P1 by summation of P0 into 100. Summation of P1 divided by summation of P0 into 100. This is simple aggregate price index. For simple aggregate price index number, if you add weights, we call it as weighted aggregate price index. Weights will be either Q1 or Q0. Okay. Lasperi said, I will take Q0. Paschi said, I'll take Q1. Okay. Lasperi said, he'll take Q0. Paschi said, he'll take Q1. Torbis-Bowley, arithmetic mean of L and P. Fishers, geometric mean of L and P. Okay. So let's understand these two things. Let's understand these four formulas. Lasperi, Paschi, Torbis-Bowley, and Fishers. Now, say for example, I'm having four commodities A, B, C, D. Base year, P0, Q0. Current year, P1 and Q1. So these are the four things what we have. Let's see. So price is given as 4, 5, 7, 2. Q0 is given as 3, 4, 2, 3. Current year is given as 6, 6, 9, 1. This is given as 2, 4, 2, 5. So base year price is given, base year quantity is given. Next, current year price is given, current year quantity is given. Okay, he's asking you to calculate Lasperi, Paschi, Torbis-Bowley, Fishers. All the four will calculate. First, let me solve this. After this, I'll give you one question where you will calculate four things: Lasperi, Paschi, Torbis-Bowley, and Fishers. Okay, then we'll go for Marshall HUL. Whilst we don't have any questions in our material, because whilst just formula we have till now in the examination, I guess only once they have asked. Now, let's calculate all the four index numbers. First, Lasperi index number. How will you get? Summation of P1 into Q0 divided by summation of P0 into Q0 into 100. Okay, I hope you remember when summation symbol is there, cancellations cannot happen. Like you can't cancel Q0, Q0. Keep that in mind. First, let us calculate P1, Q0. P1, Q0. 6 into 3, 18. 6 into 4, 24. 18, 3. So 18 plus 24 plus 18 plus 3, 63. Next, P0, Q0. 4 into 3, 12. 5 into 4, 20. 7 into 2, 14. 3 into 2, 6. So 20, 30, 40, 52. So 63 divided by 52 into 100. 63 divided by 52 into 100. So we have 121.15. So this is how you will calculate Lasperi index number. 2 decimals are enough, not required more than that. Next, Paschi. Summation of P1 by summation of P0 into 100. What will take? Q1, Q1. So P1, Q1. P1, Q1, 6 into 2, 12, 6 into 4, 24, 9 into 2, 18, 5 into 1, 5. 12 plus 24 plus 18 plus 5, 59. 59. P0, Q1. Now, P0 we have here, Q1 we have here. 4 into 2, 8. 5 into 4, 20. 7 into 2, 14. 3 into 2, 6. 48. So 59 by 48 into 100. 59 divided by 48 into 100. 122.916. So Laskari index number we got, Pasche index number we got. Both index numbers we got. Next. Third index number, Dorbish-Bowley. L plus P by 2. 121.15 plus 122.91 whole divided by 2. 121.15 plus 122.916 whole divided by 2. 122.03. This is Dorbish-Bowley. Next, let's calculate Fisher's. Root of L into P. Root of 121.15 into 122.91. If you want to take 6, you take, or else no, 2 decimals are fine. 121.15 to 122.91 and the root. So 122.02. Okay. So we have taken an example. Once check whether it's correct or not, or any mistake we have done. Anywhere. 63 divided by 52 into 100, 121.1115. Next. 59 divided by 48 into 100. 122.91. 122.91 into 122.15 under root. 122.52 you are getting. Let me check once again. 121.15 into 122.91 under root. 122.02 itself. Just check once whether these values are correct or not, or else we'll proceed further. P1, Q0. 18 plus 24 plus 18 plus 363. It's correct. P1, Q0. P0, Q0. 12 plus 20 plus P0, Q1 is wrong. Okay, let's check. P0, Q1. 8. 5 into 4, 20. 7 into 2, 14. 5 into 2, 10. Here we went wrong. It's 10. Thank you, Geeta. 8 plus 20 plus 14 plus 10. It's 52, not 48. See, all these are isometrial sums. Our answer must match with isometrial. Or else, on the case. Because IC is always correct. Because IC never goes wrong. 13.46. Let's change these to 113.46. 113.46. 121.15 into 113.46 under root. 117.24. Perfect. That's correct answer. 117.24. Here also. 121.15 plus 113.46 whole divided by 2. 117.30. Okay. So I hope it's fine, everybody. Laskari, Pasche, Dorbish-Bowley, and Fisher's. It's just a simple formula application. That's it. You know, in our country, what formula we'll use in all these four? In our country, we use Laskari formula. Okay. To calculate index numbers in India, we use Laskari formula. In USA, to calculate index numbers, they use Paschy formula. Okay, we take base year quantity. That's the reason if you see index numbers will not rise easily in our country. But if you see in USA, they take current year quantity. So they give you more better information than compared to Lasperi. Okay. So in India, we use Lasperi. In USA, they use Paschy index number. Now, I'll give you one question. I'll give you 5 minutes time. Go ahead, calculate 4 things and tell me the answer. Let me see who will give the first answer, who will give the correct answer. The same question. Same question what I have. Let's see if I get one more question. Yeah. Example. I'm having 3 commodities X, Y, Z. Base year is given, current year is given, base year price is given, base year quantity is given, 4, 6, 8. Quantity 10, 15, 5. Current year price is given, current year quantity is given. 6, 4, 10, 15, 24. Calculate Lasperi, calculate Paschy, calculate Fisher's. Darvish ball is not required. I'll give you exact 4 minutes time. Please calculate and tell me the answer. Okay, let's check the answers. Now, what is formula for Lasperi? Summation of P1Q0 whole divided by sum of P0Q0 into 100. So P1Q0, P0Q0. How much will get P1Q0? 10 into 6, 60. 15 into 4 is also 60. 5 into 10 is 50. So 170. 66, 120 plus 50, 170. P0Q0, 40, 90, 40. So 40 plus 90 plus 40, we are having 170. So Lasperi 170 by 170 into 100. So Lasperi is 100. Okay. Let's see what answers you people have given. Perfect. Perfect, both of you. Next, Paschy. P1Q1 whole divided by P0Q1 into 100. Now P1Q1, 6 into 15, we have 90. 4 into 20, 80, 40. So 90 plus 80 plus 40, 210. Next, P0Q1. P0Q1, 15 into 4 is 60. 120. 8 into 4, 24. 60 plus 120 plus 24. We have 204. 210 by 204 into 100. P1Q1, 60 plus 120 plus 24. That's 204. P0Q1, 4 into 15, 6 into 20. It's 212, sir. It's 212. Yeah. It's 32, not 24. Yeah, 212. Perfect. So 210 by 212. Earlier also we did P0Q1 only, wrong. Now also see, we did P0Q1 only. 210 divided by 212 into 100. 99.05. Root of 100 into 99.05. So answer is 99.52. Okay. So I hope you got the answers. 1 minute. So let's continue. So we understood Lasperi index number, Paschy index number, Dorbish-Bowley and Fisher's index number. Now let's go for the next index number. Now let's go for these two index number, Marshall index number and Walsh index number. See, Walsh index number is not important from exam perspective. Okay, because Walsh index numbers, what is there? Right, he says, see, all these people took only one way. Either they took Q0 or Q1. Marshall, Edgeworth and Walsh, what they have started is that they started taking these two quantities, Q0 and Q1, both they started taking. Marshall Edgeworth says he will take the arithmetic mean of Q0 and Q1. So Marshall Edgeworth index number was summation of P1 into Q0 plus Q1 by 2 whole divided by summation of P0 into Q0 plus Q1 by 2. These people later cancelled 2 and 2 and they got this formula. Okay. Now don't ask me, sir, summation is there, you should not cancel it. When summation is there, variables you should not cancel. Constants you can cancel. This 2 is a constant number. You can cancel that. Q0, Q1, don't cancel it. Don't cancel Q0 and Q1 and write P1 by P0. No. Variables you can't cancel. Constants you can cancel. Okay. In some books, Walsh index number will also be written like this. Summation of P1 Q0 the summation of P1 Q1 whole divided by summation of P0 Q0 plus summation of P0 Q1. Some people will also write the formula like this. Both are correct. Okay. However, this is not there in our ICM material. Only this is there. So you need not remember this lengthy formula. Just remember this formula. Okay. Now, there is one more index number called as Kelly fixed weight formula. Kelly fixed weight formula is summation of P1 into W divided by summation of P0 into W into 100. He says this W can be anything. That's the same formula. He said it can be anything. Take anything, Q1, Q0. But once you have started taking anything, follow it perpetually. Like in our India, from the formation of our country, we are following Lasperi only. America, from the formation of that country, we are following Paschy only. That's what Kelly said. He didn't give any formula. He said, once you started taking an index number, continue taking the same index number. Don't fight the Lasperi, Paschy, all those things. These are developed in 1800s. Okay. Once you start taking a formula, go ahead and take the formula itself. Okay. People don't use Fisher index number, though it's an ideal index number, because it is developed in 1950s. These are developed in 1800s. That's the reason every country follows either Lasperi or Paschy. Okay. Now, let's use Marshall Edgeworth index number. Let us understand. Example. I'm having 4 commodities A, B, C, D. Base year is given. Current year is given. Base year price is given. Base year quantity is given. Current year price is given. Current year quantity is given. 7, 6, 11, 4, 17, 23, 14, 10, 13, 7, 13, 8, 25, 25, 15, and 8. Okay. So base year is given, current year is given. Base year prices quantities, current year prices quantities are given. He is asking you to calculate Marshall Edgeworth index number. How will you calculate Marshall Edgeworth index number? Marshall Edgeworth index number will be summation of P1 into Q0 plus Q1 whole divided by summation of P0 into Q0 plus Q1. So first let's go ahead and calculate Q0 plus Q1. So 17 plus 25, we have 42. 23 plus 25, we have 48, 29, 80. Next, P1 into Q0 plus Q1. 13 into 42, 546. 7 into 48, 336. 13 into 29, 377. 8 into 80, 144. So total 1403. P1 into Q0 plus Q1. Now P0 into Q0 plus Q1. 7 into 42, 294. 6 into 48, 288. 11 into 29, 209. 4 into 80, 72. So total 863. Let's apply 1403 by 863 into 100. It's a very simple chapter, my dear friend. There is nothing special in this chapter. That's the reason before examination, no, it will not take much time for you to revise. Sir, what nonsense is this? Again, we have done some calculation mistake. 7 into 42 m plus 6 into, I guess there is some wrong with my calculator today. Every time it's giving calculator mistake. 4 into 18 m plus MRC. It's 973 or 863. One check, it's correct only 973. I guess my calculator became some upset with me. It's 319. Every sum last calculation is going wrong. 1403 divided by 973. 1403 divided by 97. 144.19. Okay. So I hope it's fine. Marshall-Rejeward index number. Simple to calculate. There's nothing special. Just multiplication. Just make sure that you don't go wrong like me. Okay. Like I went in wrong calculation in past two sums. Now, so no need to specially do any sum on this Marshall-Rejeward index number. Okay. Now, let's proceed further. So price index numbers, two types, simple or unweighted. Next one, weighted. So simple, again, two types, simple aggregate, simple average. Weighted, again, two types, weighted aggregate, weighted average. So weighted, how many formulas we have? Total 7 formulas we have. Lansbury, Paschy, Dorbridge-Bowley, Fishers, Marshall-Rejeward, Walsh, and Kelly. Kelly is also called as fixed weight formula. Now, weighted average of price relations. Again, my dear friends, average can be either using arithmetic mean or geometric mean. Okay. So if you use arithmetic mean, you remember weighted arithmetic mean formula? What is weighted arithmetic mean formula? Weighted arithmetic mean formula. Summation of observations into weights divided by summation of weights, right? Now here, instead of observations, we have price relatives. Sum of price relatives into weights divided by sum of weights. What will be price relative here? Simple, current year by base year. Now what will be the weights? Weights will be value of base period. See, when the person has developed the formula, he has taken value of base period. Okay, so weights will be value of base period. How will you get value? Price into quantity. Okay, so using arithmetic mean, the formula is summation of price relatives into weights by summation of weights. Now, my dear friends, there is one awesome thing here. This Raspberry and this one, both will give you same answer. Okay. Whether you calculate last query price index number or weighted average of price relatives using arithmetic mean, both the things will give you same answer. Now, using geometric mean, you need not learn the practical application of this. Just learn it anti-log, sum of log price relatives into weights by sum of weights. Just learn that formula, it's enough. Okay. Now, much questions we don't have. One question I hope we will find on price relatives also. Let's see if I can get some question on price relatives. We'll solve that. Else we'll proceed further. No, we don't have much sums on the basis of price relatives. So let's proceed further. So either you can use this one, or either you can directly use last query formula, you will get the same answer. Using geometric mean, we need not do anything. Now this formula, what we have, summation of price relatives into divided by summation of weights. There is one more name for this. It's also called as group index number. Even group index number formula is same. Summation of price relatives into weights by sum of weights. Let us see one example. See, you need not remember all these formulas. Once you read it 2-3 times, you will easily remember. See, once you remember Lasperi and Paschy, there is nothing to remember in Dolbesch-Bowley and Fishers. After there is nothing to remember in Marshall. Only thing what you need to remember is group index number and general index number. Only in these two places students get confused. And that's nowhere students get confused. Now, say for example, I'm having 3 commodities A, B, C. Price relative is given, weight is given. 125, 67, 250. Weight is 5, 2, 3. I need to calculate. See, even I get confused. What is this? Group index number. What happened to this? I need to calculate group index number. Group index number. Group index number will be summation of price relatives into weights by sum of weights. So first let's calculate price relative into weights. So 125 into 5, 625. 67 into 2, 134. 250 into 3, 750. So what's the total? Total is 1509. Here total is 10. So let's apply 1509 whole divided by 10. So simply 150.9. Okay. So group index number here is 150.9. So I hope all these formulas are clear. Lasperi, Paschy, weighted aggregate, weighted average. Next, general index number. See here, in group index number, we have price relatives. In general index number, we have directly index numbers into weights. Means index numbers and weights both will be given directly. And using that, you are supposed to calculate general index number. Like for example, yeah, see this question. He's asking you to calculate general index number. General index number. Now I'm having total A, B, C, D, E, F. Only F commodities I have. Index number he gave. Weights he gave. Index numbers are 120, 132, 98, 115, 108, and 95. Weights are 6, 3, 4, 2, 1, 4. So if you see here, index numbers are given and weights are given. So can you calculate the group index number? How will you calculate group index number? Summation of index number into weights by sum of weights. What is sum of weights here? I hope 20. Can you calculate it? I'll wait for 1 minute. Let's both calculate. Let's see who will give first answer. You need not write the question, just directly calculate and tell me. Oh, perfect, Vaishnavi. Answer is 111.3. 111.3. Okay. It's not 123.3, it's 111. Let's check 120 into 6. 720. 132 into 3. 396. 98 into 4. 392. 115 into 2. 230. 108 into 1 is 108. 95 into 4. 380. So total 2226. So 2226 by 20. I hope it's fine. General index number. So with this, my dear friends, we'll complete price index numbers. Okay. So that's all regarding price index numbers. Is of two types, simple and weighted. Simple is two types, simple aggregate, simple average. Weighted is also two types, weighted aggregate and weighted average. Right? Now. So next we have quantity index numbers. Okay. This quantity index numbers we'll do in the next session. In next session, we'll do quantity index numbers, value index numbers, and tests of adequacy. Okay. Other than this, we have base shifting and time splicing. Those things also we'll be doing it. However, they are not that important for the examination. But since we are covering, let's cover it also. And chain index numbers as well. Okay. So that's it. Let us continue in the next session.